See, if it is the month of May, that must mean that there are a number of momentous occasions, and one of those is always the big Jimmy Stewart birthday celebration, which this year happens to come on a weekend that is going to include the actual birthday of Mr. Stewart. So let's say good morning this morning to Tim Harley, Carson Greene. The Jimmy Stewart Museum has a wonderful weekend planned, Tim.
Good morning, Todd. Thank you.
Yeah, you've got all kinds of things that will be happening. Starting on May 18th with the George Bailey Dinner, you've got the Randy Riggle Nostalgia Show, of course, the restoration of Jimmy Stewart's airplane, that's out at the airport, and the Jimmy Stewart birthday event. My goodness, that's a lot of things for people to celebrate, and Carson Greene, I know how exciting it must be for you to get ready for an event such as this.
Oh, it's great. I think this is my 23rd year on this Jimmy Stewart Museum board, and it's always great each year. And we're looking forward to a lot of events. I mean, events that are going to have a lot of people interested in coming to the airport, the museum, downtown. And again, it's just a chance to honor Jimmy Stewart and his legacy, and we're really proud to be part of this.
Well, speaking of honors, there's an honor at the George Bailey Dinner for Rocky Bleier. Tim, let's talk a little bit about that this morning.
Todd, we're just thrilled that in this year of celebrating Mr. Stewart's 110th birth anniversary that we have been so fortunate to have somebody like Rocky Bleier come to us. He's a perfect match for our George Bailey Award. This is an inspiring life story through his time in the service. Of course, that parallels Mr. Stewart and his family's own time, and the significant challenges that Rocky surmounted to become the great Steelers star that he is. And also really important for us is the work that he has taken up since retiring from the Steelers, and that is really focused on Veterans Affairs. So really a great guy. Friday night, May 18th, 6 o'clock at Rustic Lodge. Simple Pleasures will play for us during the cocktail hour from 6 to 7. And cash bar, $45, very reasonable gate to come out and welcome to Indiana a truly wonderful person and veteran and Steelers star.
Yeah, absolutely. Rocky Bleier, of course, overcoming the injuries suffered in the service in Vietnam to become a Steelers football player. That story alone is worthy of honor, but then you work through his life. It's just amazing.
Well, it's going to be a special evening, Todd, and we encourage everyone to give us a call at the museum, 724-349-6112, with your credit card, and we'll make those reservations for you right away.
I wanted to mention the fact that, of course, the family, Jimmy's family, are very excited about folks who come to Indiana. But I would say in this case, and Tim, I think you agree, that they're very, very excited about Rocky Bleier. That they know of his history, and they're looking forward to that. And Tim mentioned the airport. It's going to be interesting to see how Judy Stewart reacts to that airplane that she used to fly in. In fact, we'd mentioned to her, of course, that we'd like to take her out to the airport, and she said, sure. And she says, I have some memories in that airplane of Dad talking on the radio, and there's a couple of funny stories there. But I think that'll be a nice event also to get out the airport and see Judy Stewart's reaction when she sees that airplane. And she'll say a few words, and I will say a few words about my little flying career and Jimmy Stewart back in the 1960s. But anyway, I think that's going to be a great event. And the Rocky Bleier event is something that I think that a town should look forward to, because I remember a few years ago, you may remember when it was, since you're older than me. I'm only kidding, Todd. He was here. Rocky Bleier was here for some event. I remember him being at the fire hall. I don't know if you remember that or not, but he was here, and I remember what such a nice gentleman he was. And so I'm looking forward to the event. Again, like Tim says, we have seats available for $45. You get a dinner. You get a chance to meet Rocky Bleier, get to talk with him, get his autograph. We like to pride ourselves in that when our guests come to town, we want to make them accessible to the public, just like Jimmy would want
Yeah, it's going to be such a fabulous weekend. 349-6112, the number to call to make your reservation for that event, which is on Friday night.
Mm-hmm. That is on Friday night, Todd. Saturday afternoon, we have a fantastic free event, 1:30 p.m. at the Indiana Theater. Mm-hmm. That's free to the first 275 people. This is the Randy Riggle Nostalgia Show. Mm-hmm. Randy has performed this show at Caesar's Palace, at Comedy Central, all the great comedy venues. And folks, I want to emphasize this is an entirely family-friendly multimedia event that Randy Riggle is taking time out of a very busy schedule and donating this in honor of Mr. Stewart. So we're thrilled. Wow. Judy Stewart will be there to welcome you at 1:30 on Saturday, 2:30 on Saturday. A view of the great work that the Experimental Aircraft Association is doing, restoring one of the Stewart family's personal planes. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday, Todd, is our standard birthday event. We'll have antique autos on the curbside, Simple Pleasures playing. At 2 o'clock, Judy will introduce Michelangelo the Magician in honor of Mr. Stewart's work in magic as a young man. So really, 3 days of great events.
Yeah.
Encouraged to bring people into town and support our downtown and our county, and we're thrilled that we can be doing it.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very special weekend, and it's a call for the Indiana County community and the region as a whole to show support for the museum. And to just harken back to an earlier day. Times were simpler, and the town looks so nice now after the Renaissance, and it's just a perfect fit. I don't think we can get the scaffolding down in time, Tim, for the
Todd,
event.
That indeed is going
We're going to try, but I don't think we can.
That's going to be the case, but this is a project that, at least from our point of view, we're thrilled about. We're saving a beautiful part of Indiana that's vital, active building, and just the upgrades to it will ensure another 100 years of life for a great community center.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should emphasize to people that the library is open, so is the museum through all of the construction. No hindrances at all to getting in and enjoying.
No, and we keep construction alerts posted on both our Jimmy.org website and our museum Facebook page.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's nice that we're reaching out to other areas. When we first started this is like a local thing. Now we have the airport involved. We have downtown involved. Everyone's involved. Tourist bureaus involved. So this is a sort of a great project for the town and the county. So, you know, we want to make it as best we can. We want people to feel comfortable. As Tim said, this is going to be family friendly. Not have to worry about anything being said that might embarrass you or your family, and we want to keep it that way. But and you remember, you might not remember, but anyway, 23 years ago, we started this museum. Local people.
I was in on it.
I know you were. Yeah,
I remember it.
I do. Yes,
I'm not that old.
And I give credit to the community because we've been able to survive 23 years. And how many museums out there survive that long? Yeah. And we're doing well, and we hope we can continue. But we need our local folks to come out to this dinner. This is a fundraiser. And again, I want to mention $45. I mean, we spend that much, whatever, but $45, you can meet someone who's very famous, if you will, and help the community and help the museum and keep this legacy alive.
This is an event that would appeal to anybody that has a patriotic heart, but also, of course, to anybody who's a Steeler fan.
That's right.
And, of course, a Jimmy Stewart fan as well. The George Bailey Dinner, that is going to be happening on Friday, May 18th at the Rustic Lodge, 6 p.m. Tim, what time did you say the cocktail hours? Did you say?
Cocktail at 6. Dinner at 7.
Dinner at 7. Okay. 349. This is the important number. 349-6112. Call the museum. Make your reservation so that you can be sure that you're in to that. And then the Randy Riggle Comedy Show, the restoration of Jimmy Stewart's airplane, the birthday event, they follow on Saturday and Sunday.
And folks, any questions about any of these events, please just give us a call at the museum, 724-349-6112.
Gentlemen.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's
coming
always
by.
a pleasure.
How's Jackie Bradley doing there, Carson?
Well, Jackie's doing great. He should start hitting a little bit, but otherwise his defensive work is outstanding. We're very proud of it.
That's what you say when your friend, the Red Sox outfielder, is struggling at the plate at the beginning of the season. Boy, can't he catch the ball.
Oh, boy, can he catch. He did make a mistake the other day, but that's one mistake out of all the games.
All right, very good. Very good. All right, we've talked almost up to the mark.